On a sweltering July afternoon in 2019, the quiet illusion of suburban bliss was shattered in a way that would haunt the community of Riverside for years to come. At the center of this tragedy were the Hendersons. Thaddeus Henderson was a 45-year-old investment banker, respected for his relentless work ethic and deep involvement in the community. His wife, Margot Henderson, was a 43-year-old part-time yoga instructor, known for her vibrant personality and infectious laugh. For over a decade, they had appeared to be the perfect couple, admired and envied by many. Next door lived the Coopers. Elaine Cooper, a quiet widow, resided with her 19-year-old son, Liam, a college sophomore home for the summer. The Coopers had moved into the neighborhood 5 years earlier and, while more reserved than most, were generally well-liked. No one could have predicted how these ordinary lives would collide in such a devastating way. Thaddeus Henderson was driven by ambition. Raised by working-class parents in rural Iowa, he had built his success through discipline and determination. By his early 30s, he was already a rising star in the financial world. Margot Sinclair, before her marriage, came from a very different background. Raised in a creative household, she once dreamed of a career in dance. A serious knee injury ended those plans, leading her toward yoga and wellness coaching instead. They met at a charity gala in 2003. Thaddeus was drawn to Margot's energy and warmth, while Margot found comfort in Thaddeus' stability. They married a year later, beginning what appeared to be a happy life together. But over time, cracks began to form. Thaddeus' work hours grew longer. He was rarely home, and even when he was, his attention remained fixed on his phone and the pressures of his career. Margot, approaching her 40s, felt increasingly restless and unfulfilled. Their inability to have children added further strain to their marriage. By the summer of 2019, their relationship had become a carefully maintained facade. To the outside world, everything looked perfect. Behind closed doors, they were emotionally distant, living parallel lives. Meanwhile, the Coopers had their own quiet struggles. After the death of her husband, Elaine Cooper moved to Riverside, seeking a fresh start. Her son Liam had a difficult time adjusting, but eventually grew into a confident and intelligent young man. Thaddeus had taken Liam under his wing, offering him work and mentorship over the years. In early June, during one of the Henderson summer gatherings, a moment occurred that would change everything. Margot and Liam found themselves alone briefly. An unexpected connection formed. What began as casual interactions soon turned into something more serious. Over the following weeks, their secret relationship escalated, fueled by Margot's emotional emptiness and Liam's inexperience. Both struggled with guilt, but neither found the strength to stop. On July 15, 2019, the tension reached its breaking point. That afternoon, Thaddeus unexpectedly returned home early from work. As he entered the house, small details immediately felt wrong. When he went upstairs, he discovered something that would permanently alter all their lives. A confrontation followed. Fueled by shock, rage, and betrayal, Thaddeus attacked Liam. The situation escalated rapidly. In a moment of uncontrolled violence, Liam was struck with a heavy object. He collapsed to the floor, gravely injured. Emergency services were called. But despite medical efforts, Liam Cooper later died from his injuries. Thaddeus Henderson was taken into custody. Margot, overwhelmed with guilt and grief, admitted to the affair during police questioning. The quiet neighborhood of Riverside was left in disbelief. 6 months later, the trial began. Prosecutors described Thaddeus as a man consumed by jealousy who had lost control. The defense argued that the death was a tragic accident, the result of an emotional confrontation spiraling beyond reason. Witnesses testified. Experts analyzed the scene. Margot recounted the collapse of her marriage. Elaine Cooper spoke of her son's lost future, her quiet testimony leaving the courtroom in tears. In the end, the jury reached its verdict. Thaddeus Henderson was sentenced to 18 years in state prison, with the possibility of parole after 12. There were no winners in this case. Only lives forever changed by secrecy, betrayal, and a single moment of irreversible violence. The community of Riverside would never be the same again. Our next video explores another case, where hidden lives led to devastating consequences.